It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 683.
What's happening, guys? What's going on? Happy Thursday. How are you all feeling the day before the formal?
Feeling great. You're sick?
Good.
You're sick, TJ?
Yes, sick as a dog's dinner. Well, that's not the saying, but just, feeling sick.
Yeah. Sebs, I
Feeling
didn't press
sick.
record. Should I start again?
Nah, just hit press record now. It's okay.
Okay, all right, good.
Sorry, I forgot
so
to
what's
remind you.
the... no, that's fine. How are you feeling sick, TJ? What actually is it?
Oh, just a bit sinusy, bit of a headache, like slight cough equals coronavirus. But no, it's
Has that
not.
vibe.
But I don't feel well. I haven't felt not needing to sort of bang on about it, but I will because it always feels better when you do. No, I don't know. We haven't sort of taken time off from the show at all. At all, like pulled sickies, right? All work. Like, I mean, Sebs, you haven't had another job to pull a sickie from, but you're like pretty fit. You don't pull sickies. There's no sickies in your business. But even, is that in your head? Like, because I've run my own business, so has Josh. He's worked for a few big companies. You tend to want to take sickies when you work for the bigger the company, the more baby you become, to be honest. You're just like, they don't need me today. I can pull a sickie. So
Is this
but there's
you
no
preempting a sickie that's coming?
No. I'm just saying that I've, like, even when I was PT, I don't think it's the right attitude, though. Because when I was a personal trainer, I never took a day off. Like, even if I was severely hungover.
What's
or I
more
was
annoying, though?
feeling
Someone
sick.
taking a sickie or coming to work when they're sick and then talking about it?
Oh, no, but I couldn't talk. I wouldn't talk about it. You'd
definitely
bury
not.
the lead. I think that's what...
Definitely
but it's no good because you are totally acting differently if you're sick. You end up being more agitated, more annoying, or more annoyed. And so that's, you don't want to talk about it. So you bury it, but then you just blow up.
And so your number, where are you sitting out of 100 at the moment?
Oh, right now, because I just had a coffee, probably at 40. That's not too bad. Like, I reckon I had a sleep before and I was at probably 20. And now I'm at a 40 thanks to caffeine. It's amazing what that does. It's pretty crazy, to be honest.
I just wanted to bring up Sevs and his pre-show issues.
You mean
what
his
are they?
pre-show sort of habits, or
Well,
like...
it was so it's not. I don't want it to become a habit. That's why I'm mentioning it now. 10 minutes before the show, you decided that you needed to leave.
Yeah. Well, so I'm having my smoothies in the morning, so it's like 9. I'll probably have it like 9:30ish, 9:40, and so the amount of liquid just carries me through to the show. And so I always have to go toilet right before the show, otherwise.
But what confuses me is you said, "Now I need to quickly go piss before I shit myself." Can you explain that?
Well, because I guess you can hold on, you can hold off on shitting, and so, but you can't if you really need a piss, right? I think it's just too many muscles activated at once, and so if you really need a piss, you're not going to be able to hold your shit. So that's
I get that.
That was
So-
my
Isn't it weird?
rationale.
Isn't it weird, though, you drink a thick smoothie and you need to go to the toilet piss? It seems like it's
there's
not
so
even
much milk in
liquid
there,
at the... Okay.
There's so much milk in there; it's ridiculous.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you do
anyway.
it most times, even when we're in the studio. But look, we don't want to... I don't want Josh to be controlling when you use the toilet and not. So
But he could get
At
better
my
with his
own
timing.
So but 10 minutes before the show, absolutely not.
I'm actually going to get Denise to lock off the bathroom before, just to make sure. Has anyone noticed anything different today?
Your hair,
Washed hair?
looks pretty soft. Looks
Really?
pretty
What
soft.
about the, go into it more? What do you think, George? So what were you saying?
I think you used Bondi Boost and you've washed it nicely.
Okay. Any other thoughts
Yeah.
on my hair?
You combed it.
It's the comb over's good today.
Yeah, you've done a little comb. It's a bit wispy.
I actually
It looks
blow-dried
almost
my
red.
hair. I
Blow.
beg your pardon. That's my
just a
scalp.
scalp coming through, George.
That's
Just a lot of irritation.
It's a bit of a nightmare, isn't it? Really? No, but I decided to use the hairdryer this morning.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I was in preparation for Friday night formal. I thought it'd be nice
Yeah.
to see what it would look like if I was to spend a few minutes.
So what
I
was the
mean-
experience like?
Oh, I like it. I don't know if I want to become the guy that requires to like blow dry his hair every morning. I know Joshua Fields Milburn from the Minimalists does do that. If you watch his everyday carry video, he carries a hairdryer.
We've talked about man. I mean, that guy has some serious hair. Like
Yeah.
I saw, like when we were staying in Los Angeles in Hollywood, I was out the front getting something from the car, and I just saw a head of hair walking towards me, and then I realised it was Joshua Fields Milburn as I went from his hair down to his face. I was like, oh my God, there's Josh. And then he came into our house. It was a random sort of meeting, but the hair is highly manicured. I ain't got no time for that.
But
I've
you've
got
got
no
great
time.
hair. You're genetically gifted when
Yeah.
it comes to hair.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, I'd rather be a sportsman than have great hair. Like, I'd rather be
Some
really
have both.
good.
George,
I
what does
know.
your hair look like?
Oh, you
I've
haven't seen your
kind
fucking
of
Because
let it
I
go.
never see it without a hat. It's always you've always got a
Yeah,
hat.
well, since being an ISO, I've just been wearing a hat every day. But
Nah, you've been wearing a hat for a long time. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, ever since you got
Haven't
that
seen
bloody
it.
hat, you go to one music festival.
oh, jeez,
No, it looks sort of. Has it got a natural middle
it's
part?
a bit long. Kind
Yeah,
of.
it
I sort
has.
of started doing the middle part like a few years ago. For the '90s look,
Yeah.
but it's a bit messy and it's a bit greasy.
No, it actually
all,
it works
all
for
I'll
you. It
say
works with
is
the
that
jacket as well.
The jacket you're wearing suits your hair.
Yeah,
Suits that haircut.
definitely.
Thanks,
It's all
appreciate it. Did you see my my hair in my formal photo?
Oh, that was. I mean, that
Oh,
was the
yes.
emo fringe.
Yeah, it was very punk rock. It was yeah, side fringe. So I don't know what was going on with the side of my hair at that time.
Were you straightening
white-
it back then?
No, it's just naturally pretty straight, but yeah, it was combed over down the side fringe. The side was terrible, and then at this time I also had a earring, black.
It almost looked like an
stretcher.
ear plug. Looked like one of the.
Well,
Sort of
Yeah.
like the
I had
stretchers.
an earring.
Yeah,
I
it
had an
was.
earring in my formal photo as well. I didn't even realize until sort of later.
Should we try extra points tomorrow? Should we try and reinstate our piercings? Try and
Oh, and
push through the
it-
pus.
No,
I've tried
it's
recently.
not pus, mate. It's
Oh,
fucking skin.
no.
Yeah.
It's pushing through fresh skin that's healed. It's been way too long. Like, you can see the hole on mine. But
Yeah, I
it
reckon.
would,
I'll do it.
nah,
I'll
'cause
wear an earring
the
to Friday
back's
night drinks,
closed
for
up.
sure.
The back's closed up.
surely it's. Oh, you can actually feel the little lump. I reckon we could give it a go.
It's scar tissue though, bro. That's
Sebs,
like it's
did you ever
formed
get
the
your
scar tissue.
ear pierce?
Nah, I've never had any piercings.
Okay.
But that nipple piercing you got was
Yeah, oh yeah, except that yeah.
I could imagine Sebs with a nipple piercing.
Could
It was just a bit forward thinking.
Yeah.
I mean,
think it would
didn't
look
we
great.
talk about him getting a Royal Albert?
Oh, that's right.
Joe Exotic.
Is that what they
Did you see
call
Joe
them?
Exotic has one?
Yeah.
Prince Albert.
He has a Prince Albert.
Yeah.
Prince.
What'd you call it?
I called it a
Royal
Royal.
Albert.
I knew it's something to do with the royal
Same thing.
family.
Mm.
Prince Albert.
With Shannon says, Josh, your hair looks great, and that we all have excellent hair. PayPal says, what is Joey's hair like?
Oh yeah, Joey,
Yeah.
the kid,
Joe, look, Joe got his hair from his dad.
Harry.
And
Which one?
no, from me.
How's that
It
possible?
came out. Well,
Who's Harry?
Well, it's Tommy's sperm.
Harry's sperm. Shannon
yeah, was
was
it?
the.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Harry's sperm.
Yeah, it was
Sorry.
Harry's. Yeah.
So all of us
Shannon's got
have nothing to
great
do
hair.
with. We've
I
got
just-
no genetics.
So no, this is a serious question. So if Shannon was the what's it called, a surrogate, is it her
Surrogate.
eggs?
I think so.
Ah.
Yeah,
Not
that's how
necessarily.
That's how they. Not
No, I don't think
necessarily.
necessarily. I don't think so.
You can
Let's just look up what
plant an
Kim
egg.
Kardashian did.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, because it was Kim's egg in someone else.
No, it's where you artificially
sure.
inseminate the father's sperm. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you have no idea what we're talking about, yesterday episode at 11 a.m. Yeah, it got real.
A traditional surrogate is the baby's biological mother. That's because it was her egg that was fertilized by the artificially inseminated sperm.
Okay. Shannon says she's happy to be the surrogate, guys. Shannon, I don't know if you had a choice. We already talked about it yesterday. Did we talk about it or was that off air? We talked about it.
No, that was on it. No, that was on it.
Yeah. I
that was
mentioned
on it.
All right. Talking about genetics, though, I gave Sevs access to my 23andMe.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've always
did it
wanted to do 23andMe. Like, I'm just a bit too hesitant because I don't want to necessarily put my DNA up into their database. But it's great because I
What
can
is
just
it?
look at yours.
I'm actually not
Also,
sure
like,
what it is.
let's be honest. If we broke it down and sort of got a peek behind the curtain of your life, there's not much other than what we're seeing right now going on. To be honest, like you get up, you drink a smoothie that you could.
We know
actually
that
eat with a
you
spoon.
needed to shit, but you decided to piss instead.
Yeah, and we know
What else is there? What are you worried
the
that
lack of
23andMe
things that
gonna
you've tried. Yeah, I know. This is what I'm thinking. Like, what are you worried about them knowing? Where you live?
Nah, I mean, it's more just, I mean, I guess it's not that much of an issue, but it's just like they have your DNA on hand and shit. So if I'm going to kill someone, then it's problematic.
Oh yeah. I mean, are you thinking of it? Sil?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Nah.
the thing. Like, you have nothing to hide, do you, Sevs?
Yeah, nah, exactly. But yeah. It's also
I mean-
everyone else in my family, right? Like you're putting some of their DNA up there as well.
What about like if
They're
you
criminal.
just pricked? If you said to your brother, "Can you just spit in this? Thanks, bro." Like you'll then at least get some understanding based on the
Also, I
Lauder
upload my
family.
brothers.
Yeah. So my bro's done it, and he sent me the results, which it's same parent, same parents, and so
How
his
similar is
results
it?
are
I
somewhat
actually don't.
mine.
That's something Grace will know the answer to this. But what's the DNA or the genetics between you and Mikey, or how similar
well,
is
the
it?
origins, yeah, very like we're from the same. Like, yeah, it's similar. I'm not saying about like his blood type and the the health stuff that you can get. This was like where you'd come from, like where your blood origin or where your DNA origin. where your
Lara says
family
it's a
you've come
privacy issue. Really, Lara, if you're worried about privacy, you wouldn't sign up to the VIP Gronk program because Sebs is in charge of that. He's very liberal with data.
Absolutely.
Larry legit says your health insurance might go up if they know you have dodgy DNA.
That's
What do you
there you go.
mean?
Well, you
Well,
know,
I actually don't know if they're allowed to do. I have a feeling that they're not allowed to do that.
That
But-
would fucking
yeah.
suck.
Because
Be very
they can
annoying.
identify like hereditary diseases and stuff, and so they can be like, okay, you're a highly likelihood of needing that to be paid out. So,
Oh yeah,
increase the
here we
premium.
go. Let's do a little would you rather for a Thursday. Would you rather know the date that you will die or how you're going to die? So you don't know the date if you choose the
date.
I'd rather the date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
date?
Heart
sure.
disease.
Yeah,
I don't
for sure.
need anyone to tell me what it is. It's like an Uber Eats addiction.
It'd be so annoying though because I agree. I would want to know the date because if it was like in 32 years, you'd be like, let's fucking live it.
And if you
live this
die
shit.
in 2 years, it's not fucking... Unless COVID's got
Well, if
you.
they give you,
It's a
yeah.
bus.
It'd be annoying if it was like, sorry guy, 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months and you're dead.
Yeah, it'd be
and you're like,
slightly
fuck, but
annoying.
then what is it? What
What would
am
you
I-
do if you knew that you had 6 months to live? TJ, what would you do?
I mean, how much credit could I access? How much could we get? How much debt could we get into with the business, and then, as I'm about to die, we declare bankruptcy?
How much
so
can
it
your
doesn't
life
affect anyone
insurance
else?
pay off?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
With life insurance,
yeah,
I get... Oh, yeah, interesting. I don't know.
it's super dark to think about. But you're saying like, if
What about
you know, if you had-
experiences rather than the actual...
Well, you
like,
can't
what are you
travel.
buying with the debt?
well, it'd be more just like experiences. So you need money to go and do shit. But you can't really do shit at the moment. It'd be very fucking annoying because it's just out the back of the coronavirus bullshit, and then you're dead.
Yeah.
If you
You
had
know,
a
it's like,
private
fuck.
jet, could you... Where could we fly at the moment on a private jet?
Oh, dude, I'm not sure where you could go. Like
Well,
Jeff
we can
Bezos,
Google it.
I'm
Sebs,
sure.
can you look that up, please?
Can you? So,
Could you
It's
go to
just another
WA if
avenue.
we
Well,
were, if
what's this-
things got really hard, Sebs?
I'm sure
if-
you could do. Okay, so here's the problem. A Gronks from Victoria drove a couple of 100 kilometres into New South Wales yesterday to recycle cans in one of those machine that gives you cash or gives you Woolworths vouchers. They got caught. driving within New South Wales when they're from Victoria and got fined. So that cost them
Jeez.
probably $1,600 each.
Well,
And they wouldn't have made that in the
have you
can.
seen Victoria Police? There was a memo that went around saying, "Hey guys, let's only do the extreme end of things, like if it's completely blatant." But they've sort of they've rolled back some of that original stuff around the the person who was that was learning to drive and got pulled up.
They've rolled back a heap of the fines, but still, even who is it from the producer from Jason PJ? He
Alex?
has to have a letter. Alex, Alex was saying, I'm
really?
pretty sure he needs a letter from his employer to that says you're an essential service worker.
Yeah.
Which
so they can't get
yeah,
fined.
I mean, I saw someone get pulled over before. I drove Amy to work. I saw someone get pulled over. I was like, by a highway patrol. They're like a shark in WA looking for a surfer, always on the ready to bite. Those highway patrol cars, and I just was like, oh fuck, how annoying! Like in this time, how fucking annoying to get a fine just for going a little bit faster than you should. Like,
you think that's what it was?
Well, they were doing the radar gun thing. They were parked on the side, and then I saw them like do a U-E, and then I was like, oh, who are they going to pull over? And they chased. It wasn't the tradie that I saw, and then they pulled up behind this little person, this little white car. I was like, that fucking sucks for them.
I used to love that when I was in primary school. We could sit at the fence and watch all of the bogan parents just fucking zooming through the I don't even think it was 50 back then. You could fucking floor it at 60 and they were probably going 80.
Yeah.
They would get pulled over and would fucking cheer because it was the SS, like the Holden Commodore police car. It was sick. It was great.
Yeah. Well, like
just
even
on the,
go, mate.
Just on the private jet lockdown stuff, a couple of companies are prohibiting travel to China, South Korea, and Italy. This was back in the 16th of March. But I think it's probably pretty loose. You just have to.
But if the borders are shut, Grace is saying the borders are shut in WA. So
So
that
I don't
means
think you could fly in. No.
But could you drive? So. Yeah, I mean, I wonder how
you could definitely find.
Would you risk it for the biscuit, Sevs? Would you risk it for the biscuit? Would you fucking just?
When we say,
well, I can't drive, so
biscuit. I heard there's great biscuits in WA. I don't know. It's a saying. Risk it for the biscuit. Hey, do you want to know a saying? Do you want a little update on a saying? This is why we're talking about law and shit. Jaywalker. You know where that comes from, JJ?
No, I don't. I wouldn't even be able to.
Meaning?
It means like you're going around the traffic light, so you sort of. I don't know.
Oh
well,
yeah, can I
thought like so when we worked at Southern Cross's Stereo, Josh, do you remember getting a sort of all staffer saying, "Hey guys, there's police patrolling Clarendon Street for people jaywalking," which was essentially just walking across the road, not at the pedestrian crossing or the.
That was big at Southern Cross station. That was happening a lot.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same street, like Clarendon turns into Spencer, I think.
Yeah. And so that's it. One who crosses the street in a reckless or illegal manner, and they deem that being just not at the lights. Dodgy George.
Yeah.
You love breaking the law. It's one of your 5 values. What do you think?
I reckon if you think about the shape of a letter J, it's like instead of following that around, you're cutting from the straight side, cutting across to the top of the rounded bit. That's what I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like
the
shape.
It's very sort of roundabout.
That's very abstract, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doing it
And it's wrong. It's wrong. So
okay.
What's the answer?
Jaybirds that travelled outside of the forest into urban areas often became confused and unaware of the potential dangers in the city, like traffic. Amused by their erratic behaviour, people began using the term jaywalker to describe someone who crossed the street irresponsibly. I don't even know what a jaybird is. Jaybird. Oh yeah, they're cute little. They're very cute. Wow, they got blue. Oh my god, they're my favourite bird. Didn't even know this until right now. This is my favourite bird. Blue jaybird.
Sebs, Have you
I want
gone
one.
through? Have you gone through my genetic stuff yet? Have you got any fun?
I have.
Fun
Yeah,
facts?
no, I have. So I mean, so there are a couple, right? So you can either
Sorry,
get like
is this just gonna reaffirm
cancer. No.
that you're a narcissist based on that fucking disc analysis? Conspiracy Jimmy and I were chatting yesterday. He's like, man, that was so funny. Josh reading out his disc, personality profile. He's like, he's an absolute narcissist.
It's because he's butterbean. That's why.
That's because he's butterbean.
It was a compliment in itself. Like he was laughing so hard. He probably thinks
Okay.
they're
That's good.
actually all bullshit, but he's like, that was so funny.
So my genetics. What's
Yeah, well, so they've pulled out specific traits, and so I'll run through them, and then you guys let me know if you think what you think about it. So the first one's like back hair.
So do I have back hair or don't I?
Do you have
back hair
back- yeah.
genetically? What do you think?
Genetically, yeah.
I'm going to say no.
No, okay. Well, 23andMe says likely to have little upper back hair.
Okay, that's
Little.
How's your lower back hair?
good. Don't have much, if any.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all up.
All right. Well, then I don't know how they predict this. Ability to match musical pitch. What do you reckon?
Oh, shocking.
Oh. But genetically, I'm going to say
Genetically,
yes. It's in your genes.
No, you're less likely to be able to match a musical pitch.
Oh,
Bald
why not?
spots.
Yes, definitely.
Well, I mean, the problem is we know Josh, and so are we trying to? George, did you throw that?
Do I
last
have
one
a
out?
bald spot though?
I don't
No.
I've got thin hair, but I don't have any bald spots. Like I've got a receding hairline. Maybe is that a bald spot? I don't know.
Well, 23andMe,
Isn't your dad bald?
you're likely not
Yeah.
to have a bald spot. So
yeah.
that's pretty good. The next one, earwax type. What sort
What?
of earwax type? Like, is it
What?
sticky? Is it
Sticky,
Oh,
sticky.
crusty?
Jesus.
Like what?
Rock
What do
hard.
you reckon?
I thought you were going to say
hard?
lavender scent.
No. I reckon this is the texture.
Oh, I don't know. This is disgusting. I've never thought that in my life about anyone. I thought there was just earwax and no earwax. Is there different kinds of earwax?
Apparently.
Well, apparently, yeah.
Well, I reckon it's like the texture of candle wax. Because I've seen his AirPods and it dries in there. A candle had been dripping on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon it's dark and hard.
Okay, well, I mean, 23andMe says you've likely got wet earwax.
Oh, wrong.
So
I
at
feel like
least
wet's
it's not
better
crunchy.
than dry. Yeah.
Yeah, you
definitely.
wouldn't want crunchy. And the last one is whether you hate the sound of chewing. What are the odds of you hating it?
I reckon quite high.
Yeah.
I reckon
agree.
no, because I
Your
don't
ears
mind
would
it at
ring.
all.
Your
Yeah,
ears
yeah,
would
that's
ring.
true. No, I actually
It
like
says
the
you-
sound of people eating.
Really? It says you've got average odds at hating the sound of chewing.
Okay.
God,
It also
I'd be
confirmed
disappointed
that
if
you
I
do
paid
have
for these.
dandruff.
It did confirm. Okay, this is good.
It
Can
did
we?
confirm,
Is there
yeah.
anything strong? Like, is there any strong info here? Because I'd be cut if I paid for that.
I mean,
bullshit.
well, I didn't want to go round the route of,
Cancers.
25%
has he got herpes?
more
Has he got
likely
herpes or
to.
not?
I
It
don't
won't
think
tell.
they do
It
herpes in
won't,
there
no.
anymore. No.
Yeah.
Well, but anyway, there were a couple, like, but I didn't want to read out whether Josh was going to die of heart disease or bowel cancer, or I just thought
However,
that was a bit
Jeez.
depressing. However,
Give me a date.
Is this just a? Oh my god! It was an add-on for 23andMe. You find
Yeah,
out the day you're going to die.
But I think it's
Jesus.
fine. I think we could all get genetic tests. I think it'd be a bunch of fun. Good working out traits.
How do you do it? How do you get a 23andMe? What do
So
you?
I mean, I
send
got
you
it done 2012, great year.
Great
And just spat in the tube, sent it back.
Great.
I mean, it worries me that Grace doesn't want to get it done because she's got that whole sciencey thing. I feel like just spitting into a tube.
So it's
Or they worry
99
about being
USD.
cloned. Yeah.
99 USD, Josh.
oh,
how
Shannon's
much you
saying
paid?
wet.
I paid
How much did you pay?
about the same, I think, yeah.
Okay. Well, Shannon's
Bet a
saying
dollar
wet
though, Josh. He was
earwax
parodying
generally. Wet earwax generally means you could have an ear infection due to higher temperature inside the ear. Better to have gluggy/crusty earwax.
Really?
Jeez. How do you
And
know
it
that?
I mean,
shows
I've got
bad
wet.
earwax.
I've got
Yeah,
wet
I got
earwax as
earwax
well.
problems.
What's
I
your
reckon it's a
earwax
headphone
problems,
thing.
George?
Well, I think it's because I've got really thin canals, so they just get blocked so easily, and like all the time. And last time I went to the doctor to try and get them flushed out with the syringe, they blast it, and I was there for I reckon 40 minutes, like or more. It was like a double booking, and he didn't even get it all out. It was just like stuck in there. And
Really?
I was dead.
Have you?
Yeah.
Had you been told that
Really?
you have thin ear canals?
Yeah, because Hannah's always picking at it. She's always got like she loves just getting the shit out of it.
No, but she's
Really?
not a doctor.
It just-
I'm saying,
That's
have you been
nice.
told that medically you have you're a little skinner when it comes to your
Nah,
ear
but
canals?
you can just tell. You can just tell because if you look at anyone else's, you can sort of see straight through. But mine has like a weird thing. Actually, the doctor did say that. He said you got.
No,
you
that's
How do you
weird.
guys-
Are you
So
I was just going to say, Doctor Google. Are you a Doctor Google, Josh? Like, if you get anything, like
Definitely.
you had anything.
I reckon. Do you think I don't get sick, which is good? Like
Yeah.
if you think
That's-
about it, to
that
the point
genuinely surprises me. Like, it's actually impressive.
Thank
It's
you.
impressive that you
All
don't
right,
get
and that
sick.
was actually a real sort of
Why?
jab at you, Josh.
Yeah. No. What are you actually saying?
Well, I mean, just like, you're dialing it all in now, but you're pretty loose with what you would eat.
Well, I think
And so I think it's
To
just
be-
extremely impressive that you're so dialed in and that you don't get sick.
Is it impressive or is it like it almost? It feels like the equivalent of like, man, it is so impressive you can run a marathon being that fat. Is that a compliment?
well,
Yeah.
there's things that can contribute to increasing your immune system, and you tend to do the opposite in some of those aspects.
But do you think that part of it? No, I think I sleep well. I don't really
Sleeping,
have
yeah,
that many
sleeping-
stresses.
Sleeping, yeah.
Yeah, but you're stressing yourself. You're always fucking stressing yourself.
I don't know.
Not-
yeah, maybe a little bit.
Like, listen to Bree saying, like, you get that the whole. It's your version.
What
I
about
think
your
stress,
anxious
you know.
breathing?
Like that kind
I
of
haven't
stuff.
done
That's
that in
your
a few
stress.
weeks,
Like,
few days.
yeah, I mean, but post Corona, there's we we're talking about sort of the personal inflicting stress on yourself, like
Yeah.
you're hard on yourself. I
Yeah,
think that
sure.
is some version of stress.
Yeah.
But yeah, sugar and those kind of things, bad, like poor diet. There's a bunch
Actually,
of stuff.
I got in trouble from Bree this morning, which I think was very fair. So this morning I did some exercise with Pete Shepherd. We haven't done our walk in about a month, and so he had to go to the post office, and so it worked out well. So he parked out the front of my place. But before that, it was like 7:30 in the morning, and he was running 5 minutes late, and so I said, "Oh, hey, I'll get you a coffee." And so I went in to Pavlov's Duck and got a coffee. This is a place that charged $7 for a large mocha, and I had a blow up, and I haven't been there since. But I had been asking Bree to get my coffee every single time because her words was that I said, you're in the front line with all of this. Like, you're doing stuff. Like, I haven't been in any shops. And so anyway, I went and got the coffee. Little did I know, Bree was in bed watching me from our room as I went in and got coffee. And when I got home, she pointed out the fact that for the past month, I haven't gone in to get a single coffee for us. But when baby's hanging out with Pete, it becomes, coffee bitch.
No, I get it. But definitely a reason for Bree to be pissed.
Yeah.
But I would probably have done the same, Josh.
So, anyway, genetically annoying.
Shannon said that when she was a kid, she got a flying cockroach stuck in her ear and had to go to hospital. Worst feeling of my life,
Ugh.
having an animal fly around in my ear.
Making a sound, maybe?
Felt like it was inside my brain. Mate, I've spent a lot of time watching those videos on YouTube of stuff
Really?
getting... It's along the lines of the pimple popper. It's the tweezers in the ear getting out the cockroach or some kind of little moth. Oh.
How often are you guys using the little ear, like, what are they called?
The cotton tip
Shit,
buds.
not meant to use
You're
those.
not meant to.
Yeah, you're not
Well,
meant to. I don't use them.
You hear that all the time. Why have them?
Yeah.
I think it
they make
pushes the
money.
wax in more.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
I mean,
And so what's the point?
I reckon I've used them more on Bodhi in the last couple of years. There's baby ones, and what they look like is picture like a boob with a little nipple, It's like a small version of that, so it's like a bulb with another little bulb on it. So you can't physically push it beyond
Okay, sure.
a certain bit because it's so big at one point. They work, but sometimes like kids have really bad earwax going on when they're babies. Like it's horrible.
Well, you hear
A lot of
that
the
the
time.
whole candle thing where you put that in. That's apparently bullshit.
I've tried that. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Okay.
I've
Yeah.
tried it all. Yeah.
Because
I've
it's
tried that
almost
too.
there
I did-
is something a bit anxiety inducing when you can't hear. Like I remember after the Philippines when I did that fireworks doco, and I fucked my ear, and then I had a flight. I was like doing that anxious breathing. I was like, because I was trying to like fucking fix my
Yeah,
ears.
yeah.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah. I reckon I had a... There's definitely something having headphones on like this fucks with your ears. When I was in Shepparton having them on, I remember just feeling like one ear was just clogged or something. But it wasn't. It was... I don't know. Something was going on. Caught something.
Since being in isolation, I've really gotten into the dental floss.
Well, that's good.
Great.
I mean, there'll be a lot of people sort of dialing in personal hygiene, just, doing shit that they'd forgotten about. It's nice in a way to be
A little
able
bit
to...
of self-care.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it should be the normal, right? But people's lives have gotten so out of hand. Do you think I think people are going to realise, like, fuck that previous life I had. That was horrible. Don't you think?
Yeah. What's
Have you
one
had bleeding
thing,
gums? Sore
No,
mouth?
I push to it sometimes, just being a bit naughty. Like I almost like the feeling.
Really? I'd floss the other day for the first time in a while because I've been using the water flosser instead.
Oh, how's that
But it's
going?
like, yeah, it's pretty good. But I read something the other day that you shouldn't use it after brushing your teeth because you've just put the fluoride on your teeth when you're using the toothpaste.
Okay, sure. So
But
you
I
do
mean,
that
yeah,
beforehand.
I do it beforehand. I don't think that makes any difference. Like, you're still blasting food and stuff out of there before you brush.
I guess it's
But-
also... one other thing I sort of want to check in with you, Sevs, was are you still... The jury's still out on sunglasses? You think they're good? No, they're bad? You shouldn't wear them?
Yeah, nah. I mean, wear them. You can wear them during the day. Like, I reckon you could have a peak
All right,
time.
fuck.
So if you're doing from 10 till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I reckon that's probably
Yeah.
a good time to wear them. But
This
in the
isn't
morning,
a-
you want to. It's okay.
It feels
Thanks,
like
I was worried. I didn't want to
Sebs,
put you
I
back
feel
on
like
until
you-
Sebs said...
it's a very Pete Evans thing to say. Have you seen that big
Oh my, he's
light
outrageous.
thing that he's been fucking pushing? That's gonna
It's like
fix if you've
15
got
grand.
coronavirus.
Yeah.
No?
Absolute. That is flog-like behaviour.
He's actually gone nuts. I didn't realize. Like I always thought that he got a bit of a bad rap, but that is absurd.
What's he done?
So he's got a
missed
like this big electronic light system, and he's saying using that will help with coronavirus.
It legit looks like some kind of king-size lava lamp. I would have loved this when I was 15.
Yeah,
And
it's like 15 grand.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Emma says, but Josh, are you flossing every tooth or just one, aka Tiny Habits? I am. I'm not following the Tiny Habit approach. I'm just sort of there's one tooth like I've got like one of the molars, I guess they're called. Like one of the back ones just gets a little bit of stuff and it starts there and then I continue.
Do you prefer doing top or bottom?
I'm a bottom guy.
Bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice around
Top
the
hurts a
front,
bit
isn't
more.
it? Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
in there.
It's much nicer.
Yeah.
Have you had braces, Sebs?
Nah.
Got
Good
nice
genetics.
teeth.
Good genetics.
Good
Great
genetics,
teeth.
yeah.
Don't even need 23andMe
Great
for
teeth.
that one. George, what are you doing
Yes?
food and cooking wise at the moment?
Oh, so cooked up. Actually, funny you asked. I cooked up a fish curry again last night, and I brought it into the office. So
That's all you do.
Oh,
Pumped
is it
about
going to
that.
smell?
Did you say you brought it
You
into
gonna
the
air it
office?
yeah, I'm gonna have it for lunch. Heat it up. So that's exciting.
Are you sure that's not what's
you know how-
making the curtain smell?
Nah, this smells good. This fish.
Well,
curry's
we decided it
wonderful.
wasn't the curtains; it was George's BO.
George.
wasn't it?
It actually was.
It
me.
was George's
Yeah.
BO.
So remember last week how I said my Dinnerly box got stolen?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna ask, what they can do, like a bit like Uber Eats. They're pretty generous usually. They'll just give you a free box or whatever. So I just emailed them. I said, hey, I know there's probably not much you can do, but my box got stolen this morning. And it was at 1:25 a.m. So technically I had like 7 hours to pick it up. So I knew it wasn't their problem. And they didn't get back to me for ages. They kept emailing me being like,
How was
we
your
miss
meal?
you. Reactivate your account. Yeah. And then they finally got back to me and said, sorry for the delay. We see that you've had an issue, blah, blah, blah. We would like to offer you an $8.95 shipping voucher to use on a future box. Please use the voucher code. And I was like, free shipping? Like, pretty
$8.99.
bullshit.
I mean, they just
Yeah.
work that into the price, don't they? We just pay $60 or whatever it is. We got mine today. So
I was actually expecting a good story because the way that you're pitching it up
same
was
here.
I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah.
So you should,
But they
I
gave me a
was.
whole
And then
box.
So then they went into, and then they said in the same email, I'm so sorry to hear about the issue with your delivery and really hope that you were still able to receive and enjoy your box. I was like, well, you haven't read my email. So then I replied, I channeled my inner Tommy Jackett and I said, thank you for the gesture. Regarding your question as to whether we received and enjoyed our box, no, we didn't. It was stolen. Thanks again. And then
That's great.
And then they sent another email saying, sorry, your box was stolen. I've
Here's
gone
free
ahead and
delivery.
credited you. I've gone ahead and credited you with the full $83.95 as a goodwill gesture. So
Oh, what?
Oh,
there
that's
we go.
nice.
Wait, so
great.
how did
It's a
that? I
push.
don't understand. That's very confusing. So you must have just.
That's
had
great. I
someone-
love your pushback. That's
Yeah.
perfect. You've done it.
Yeah. I was just going to leave it, and then I was like, nah, Tommy would be going hard right now.
Mm.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
I actually, I'm all for Uber Eats at the moment because I've sort of moved from frequent flyer programs to Uber Eats frequent program. Currently,
We know
have-
that we know the home cooking's going badly when you're back on Uber Eats.
well, because the thing, what happened was yesterday I cooked breakfast and
Looked
I
great.
used these chilies and fucked it. It was too. I loved it, but like it was so spicy that like coffee everything tastes different. It was too hot for Brie, and she liked it, but she was like, "Yeah, it's too hot." And so, yeah, I've decided I have been doing a bit more Uber Eats. We sort of dinners and things like that. But here's a tip: if you're with ING, they're running a promotion till the end of April. Here's a life hack: you get free delivery. You just need to activate
It's
it.
still not a good enough selling
But here
point.
we go. So that might not be good enough, TJ. What about if I said this? Because I'm a gold member, I've just activated 15% off for the next 3 days. So free delivery, 15% off. I've got to have it.
Who
breakfast,
gets
lunch,
less?
dinner.
Who's got the bad deal
Yeah.
in that? The restaurant? Are they now
No,
down to
that would have to be
5%?
Uber. They're not taking the restaurant's
that'd be
money.
good. No, you
How
hope not.
many
You hope
points
not.
are you, Josh, off platinum?
Yeah, good question.
Because
What are you sitting
I'm
at?
getting pretty close.
Really? Is that just because you don't Uber Eats, you just Uber, right?
No,
Oh,
You don't Uber to the office, do you, George?
Nah,
Sometimes he does.
occasionally.
Naughty little
Sometimes I
George.
go home in an Uber. But
How
Sorry,
are
I
you
thought
platinum
I thought we
then?
were talking about fucking flying. I was like,
see, I
what
got
are you talking about?
no.
You're talking about platinum
gold
Uber ordering.
You've earned
You've
reward.
earned a
Just
reward waiting for
what
me.
is that? It's a bit bright.
Oh, it was
What
a
are you
gold
at?
reward waiting.
Oh, really? What have you
So-
got? So that I just activated. That's how I've got my 3 days
Yeah.
for 15%.
Yeah, it's my second one too.
Josh, I feel like you've tried every diet under the sun.
Mhm.
The guy from Life Below Zero, if you've ever watched that show, it's where they're living in like Alaska, and this one guy's animal lives in this cabin miles and miles away from anything, and he hunts his own meat and cooks up. Anyway, he's not on the show anymore, but I follow him on Instagram. He's great. He's been doing one meal a day, so like literally one meal,
Mm-hmm.
but the meal consists like this one
big meal.
has. Oh, it's huge. 4 eggs, like a shitload of beans.
So the problem I
brisket,
had with
steak.
that, I did that, but then I just got so lethargic after. So the 2 meals works well, but the 1 meal, if I have 1 meal at 1 o'clock, after
no, you
1
can't
p.m.
have a
I'm
1.
fucked.
No, he has it at like 4 p.m. So it's like the end of the day for him.
Okay.
By the time you're eating it, it's almost like You could
Is
just
that the
have dinner.
warrior diet? Is that the one? Or what's he calling
I don't
it?
know what it's called, but I like it. I just like seeing how much food he can eat and how hungry you'd be at that point. I don't mind it.
George, what are you at earning, like for the earning period I've got between the 9th of March and the 8th of September. I'm at 1,037 points. I only need 170 odd points to retain gold. 163 more to level points by 8th of September to keep gold through the next earning period.
Yeah, so I've already retained gold.
Okay.
And I need 1,551 more points by 19th of June to get platinum.
Okay.
So I'm
what
pumped about
will
that.
platinum give you?
Tully's diamond.
Shit all. Really?
Jesus. Yeah, that's
I think-
ridiculous. I just realised I haven't even signed up for that. You got
Signed
to
up for
join to get that reward.
Neither
thing.
had I. I just did it.
Oh,
I'm on
dude,
blue.
You don't want to.
Zero.
It's a fucking slippery slope.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Josh,
we
I
have to
think you-
order through my phone because Brie is still doesn't have access because of her fraud.
You got to get back to cooking, Josh. I think it's been amazing. Like it's the reason you can you've been healthier. I think. Like it's so good. You can't go
What
back.
happened?
You can't.
Well,
Can't
just
go back
too much.
to-
It's too the fucking Easter thing. It's too hard. But no,
What
I
happened
will
with the
do a
muscle
little
meals?
bit. The muscle
What
meals.
happened with the muscle-
They're in the freezer.
What was wrong with them?
They're just too. It's too. You feel like you're on a flight. You're constantly just eating plain
The
food.
problem with any fucking diet
Yeah,
is you'll
sure.
find a problem with it, and not even a diet. Any sort of like, yeah, it's
No
a
problems
hard
with
one
Uber
because
Eats, though.
Yes, Grace.
well,
This is
because
loyalty on Uber Eats.
variety, like you're getting whatever, but it's all shit processed food. Like it's not that fucking good. Even if you are, like, you got to
food.
spend good cash to get on Uber to get something nice, actually healthy.
Mm.
Like,
Have
if
there
you-
been
Well,
any
actually,
developments with
have
your
you had a look?
the
You
person
should-
in your?
What was that?
Have you had any developments with the person in your office building? In your apartment building?
Oh yeah, so someone on the Facebook group is a chef. She does all the like the what's it called, like private yacht sort of chef style thing. She's offering her services. The thing is that I think you should check out Uber Eats again because all of the cafes that never were on there are now on there.
yeah.
So you can get all the cafe meals. So it's not shit food. It's like it's the stuff you're having at cafes.
Yeah.
What are you having, TJ? What are you cooking?
Oh, we get that Dinnerly. That's got like 4 meals that feed.
So is
3 people per
Dinnerly, is that
meal.
is that cook yourself?
Yeah, cook it yourself.
Yeah.
I've been meal prepping. Breakfast is sorted.
What do you do for breakfast?
Smoothie, porridge, smoothie or porridge. This morning
And
had
then
porridge.
lunch?
Lately, I've just been having eggs, like scrambled eggs.
And then dinner?
Similar to what you've
And
been
so what
doing.
is the Dinnerly? Like what do you get?
Oh, mate, there's everything. There's like Spanish 1 plate, hot plate, chicken.
Why is one plate
There was-
exciting? What is it that you
Oh,
sound
I don't
like
know.
you
There
got
was just
excited
like
about
a
one
one,
plate? What's
one.
Less washing
Okay.
up.
One plate.
Well, it's like one pan. Sorry, one pan. Like one pan. Like
Really,
it's got
that's
it
what
all
they're
in
selling
there.
in that if you only use one pan.
Less cleaning.
Well,
yeah.
it's,
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that
it's the
is that
name of
really
the
their
fucking
shtick?
dish. It's the name of
One-
the dish. It's like
Yeah,
a
and it's easy. You don't have different things going.
one.
It's like a
pan
one-pot, yeah.
chicken. One pot,
Yeah.
or was it, yeah.
You just throw it all in. It's like your slow cooker, Josh. Just one thing. You just put it all in.
Last
Yeah, we
night
do
I
have a
cooked-
bunch of mincemeat that we'll do some
Yeah.
something with. We're going to do a dal. We've got like a
Oh, yeah,
bunch of
yum.
lentils.
Yum.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
It's not fucking cold enough yet. I want like the dal stuff when it's like, ooh, cold, but it's been fucking... I went out for a walk yesterday in my tracksuit pants. It was 24 degrees or something. It's bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. You're gonna get that dancing back, JJ, and the cooking. Very good for you. Very good for you.
Maybe.
You're killing it.
Are you doing your exercise? What are you doing?
No, I haven't done shit.
Oh, you're projecting
feeling
then,
like
aren't you?
shit.
Shut the fuck up. What are you doing, George? You doing any exercise?
I did 30 push-ups before.
Great.
Nice.
When?
But just before the show. Just
Oh,
to get-
in
Grace
the
is
office.
making eggplant lasagna. I love eggplant lasagna. Anything eggplant. Kashkambadam Jun, the Persian dish. If the Iranian is still in the building, that's one of my favourite Anything with eggplant is great. The trick is to cook. You need to, with the eggplant lasagna, you need to get the skin cooked. You need to do the whole process of like grilling it all first. It's definitely not a one plate operation.
One pot. Yeah.
One pot. Sevs, what exercise are you doing?
I mean, the other day I did a zoo workout, which is like, it's meant to incorporate like animal movements and stuff. And so you're doing like bear crawls and like weird like gorilla exercises, and it's pretty full on. But I felt like mixing it up, and it was nice. But yeah, I've been doing them late at night, and I have no motivation to do it. So I'm gonna start bringing it back to between the episodes, so I can actually get a proper workout.
Russ is eating. Tonight I'll be eating Clark's Mexican beef tortilla stack. #HelloFresh.
Oh, yeah, there's some good ones on that. Oh, mate, I'm hungry. I got to go. I got to eat food.
Right. It's a daily talk show.
Excited.
This afternoon, 4 p.m, Human Periscope. Peter Shepherd joins us.
Tall Gronk.
Yeah. Maybe if you're cooking something, tag the Daily Talk Show on Insta Stories, so I can get some inspo. Because I've got my black beans, I've got my tomato stuff. I think that, you know what, the key is the prep. What made it really easy last week was I cooked enough onion, like all of the things, I cut it all up in one go, so I'm not fucking doing it every single day. Cutting onions in the morning.
My mum, she told me the other day that she was reading something around like a meal prep, and it was around those burrito things, and this family spent 8 hours in the kitchen and smashed out 115 dishes.
Wow.
Was it the frozen burritos like I used to do?
It was a mixture of the frozen burritos, and then they were doing like other stuff. But I mean, that's pretty good payoff. 8 hours in the kitchen and 115 frozen meals.
Yeah,
that's worth.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you just have to, at that point, you're not enjoying. Like it's a utility, like food. I guess.
Sure.
Food, George. You don't think food's a utility? Aren't you doing that whole cooking along with Hamish or whatever and Ben?
Yeah, I was going to say I forgot about that. If anyone wants to do it, you should do it. I reckon tonight will be fun. So Ben Shuri from Attica and Hamish are doing like a Instagram live cook along tonight, and we're making prawn spaghetti and chocolate mousse. So I'm going to get the ingredients for it now, and pumped about that.
And so it's on Instagram or something?
Yeah, Instagram live.
Okay.
Tonight at 7. I reckon that'd be.
Bree and I are doing the Attica thing on Saturday, I think, where they're like delivered, which will be sick. It's like it's like these are restaurants in Melbourne that normally like you have to go to and sit down, and now it's like Chin Chin's doing it. They're all doing it.
Shannon's just quickly said, Bree and I suggested a recipe swap on the Facebook page once a week.
Oh, yeah, could do that. Very quickly on the Facebook group, is someone accepting people without them filling out the details?
Oh, I told you I did one person. But
there was someone else yesterday that I looked, they hadn't filled out the questions. I went back to see if they'd filled them out and they'd been accepted into the group.
I didn't accept anyone in yesterday.
Me either.
What are you doing that?
Well, no, someone did. And the thing is that if you want to talk about privacy, we don't know who they are. If they're not answering any of the questions, they could be anyone.
I didn't accept anyone in the Facebook group yesterday.
So I'll see if I can work
There's
it out.
two pending. There was one from Wednesday, one from 8 hours ago that haven't answered.
I'm deleting the spam ones just because it's annoying.
Yeah, well,
that's what Mason. That's Mason doing that then.
No, well, there was
there's
one
two
that
in there waiting.
There was
from
yesterday
someone
who came in
from 8 hours ago.
That we can take this offline. Work it out. All right.
Okay.
Cool. All right, it's a Daily Talk Show. We'll see you at 4 p.m, guys. Have a good one.
See you guys.